So what does drilling a hole in the decking have to do with me being able to put this decking on the roof all by myself without help? Well, the plan involves this rope here. This needs a little weight on the end before I try tossing it up there. So I got to get it to go all the way across to the back side. And then of course I need somewhere to tie it on each piece of decking. It's still going to take a lot of strength to pull that decking up because it's 3/4 inch decking. It's not light. See if I can at least look like I know what I'm doing. Come on. Yeah! If you wonder why I'm so excited about that toss, I had a shoulder injury. I was working with one hand for a week and a half because my shoulder, I had an impingement, hurt so bad I couldn't even get my arm out of a sling. And that's my tossing arm. This is the first good toss I've had since that injury. So that tells me it's healing. You and I are going to find out if this is going to work at the same time, because I don't know if this is going to work. But I am super excited that even though I'm still working this job site alone, that at least I'm not working it one-handed. So, and it's not full capacity yet, but it's working now. So, about right. See, it still hurts a little bit doing certain motions. The 2x4 is to use for a backstop. Now you might be wondering, how's it going to stay up there once I pull it up there? Well, if I get it past the ladders, maybe the ladders will catch it, but I'm not going to count on that. I have this tree that I can tie to, but I have to get it there first. Okay. That doesn't look good, does it? Big pile of junk in the way. Oh, good grief. Yeah. Gotta modify this plan. It's not working. So I'm gonna have to use this after all. Because the first few feet, I'm just gonna manhandle it. Get this where I can grab it when I need it. It's a little heavier than it looks. And it's catching up here. let's go try pulling on the rope again. See where it was hitting on the edge of the rafters and catching, and I just couldn't get any further than that. We'll try this again. Ah! Ah! Now I'm getting somewhere. Woo! Oh yeah. Oh yeah, let me tie this off so y'all can see it. Woo! Okay, see where I tied off here? It's nice and taut. Just holding it up there. And look at that! Look at that! Oh, I still got the ladders pinned in here. That is a problem I can come up with a solution for, because the piece of decking is up there. I do need to slide it over, get it positioned just right, get the air nailer up there. But now that I know that it works and how to make it work, I can rinse and repeat. I've got 4 pieces of decking on the back, so I just do it 4 times back here, and then 4 times on the other side. But it's it doesn't look like a whole lot more distance on the front over there, but it is. That is an enormous difference. So I think what I'm going to do on the other side is get these 4 pieces of decking down back here and nailed in place, and then I will put those same ladders up over the edge of the decking, which will make it a little bit steeper, a little bit more difficult. You know what? Instead of doing that, when I get to my 3rd piece of decking, which will be over here, I will start pulling up a piece of decking, get it up here, and see if I can't transition it across the ridge beam over to the front. I don't know if this is going to work. And go down the front and get all 4 pieces and put these last 2 back here. Make them my final pieces that I put on, so that I'm running everything up from the back. Pretty much the same as I'm doing right here. And then across to the front. And then I don't have to pull anything from way down there up over the front. I'll just come across the back with everything. Because that was just barely doable right there. And if I drop something or have a slide back and I get an arm pinned or something, there's nobody here. There's nobody to help me get untangled. There's nobody to call 911, so I can't be doing that. Especially not with an even steeper. Yeah, this is already dangerous enough. We don't need it any more dangerous. And I decided to make something to keep them from sliding off the end on the front. This is my first iteration right here. But then I noticed I got more room. I could make them bigger and stronger. So I did. And that's my 2nd iteration there. And there's just another copy of it. The reason they're taller like that is so they get a bigger bite down here. So if it hits and tries to twist it, and it's not all on the screws, it's trying to twist and push it up against the siding here. With this one being shorter, it seems like it would be easier for it to twist and put more pressure on the screws. So I didn't want that, so I made these taller. And then on the outside edge, it can't really bite into the siding. So I made it come further in. So there's 2 versions. And this one's got 3 screws and a little extra piece to strengthen it up. That catch extends out a little bit past the rafter. It's exactly 1 inch because that's the way I wanted my decking to come 1 inch beyond the rafter, because of course I'm going to be putting a 1x on the end of the rafters later, which is not exactly 1 inch thick. So the decking will be just a tiny bit more extension than the thickness of the fascia board. Now, here's a problem that I created without prepping enough. And that is, yeah, this is overhanging a little bit, but it's obviously more than 1 inch. And because I didn't make any of these and put them on over there, you know, I don't have them to help me with making sure that I'm only 1 inch over the end of the rafter tail. Worse than that, I didn't mark down here 1 inch, which I could have done that. That would have helped. In a perfect world, if I pull it all the way up here just where it's supposed to be, then that should only overhang 1 inch. But this is not a perfect world. Also, my knot is getting in the way up there. Can you see my knot? Okay, I got an idea. I'm going to try pushing it with the 2x4, push it up past the knot without coming off the end with it, because that could happen. But if I can get it go up past the knot, then readjust the rope to hold it. Maybe then I could get my other prototype and put it right in the middle to hold it up where it's exactly 1 inch past the end of the rafter tail, and put a couple of screws in it to hold it long enough to get my air compressor and nail gun set up and nail her down. Even if I do succeed in pushing it up past the knot, there's really no guarantee that the knot's going to catch on the other side and keep it from just sliding back down. So I don't know if this is going to work. Woo! Oh, that's working. That's working. Yeah. Oh man. I think it's got so much surface tension touching the rafters now, it's just not sliding anymore. Look at that! It's exactly 1 inch past the rafter. It's holding it there perfectly. Oh yeah. The best part about this is I'm not in a hospital bed. Which I very well could have been if anything gone wrong with this shenanigans. And that has happened more than a couple of times. But it's looking like tomorrow morning I'll wake up in my own bed and this job will be done, because that seems to be repeatable. Good old air compressor. And the star of the show, so there's a mistake on this one I wanted to show you. The mistake was right in the middle here. You see I missed that nail and almost missed that nail. Might as well have, because it only caught just the edge of the 2x4. So what I did was I went back up there and I put the nails in the proper place, and they're down in the 2x4 now. Getting those big heavy pieces of decking all the way across to the front wasn't much harder than getting them up on the back. And I ran into the same problem with the knot getting caught on the ridge beam. The first couple I went up there and just pushed it past the knot. The next couple I didn't have to go up there because I redid my knot in such a way that it didn't catch. I'm sorry I didn't get pictures of my modified knot, and I had a lot more coverage of moving these decking pieces around, but I lost that coverage somehow. And if you're wondering where Shopcat was this whole time, well, he was here and doing a great job of supervising. He also keeps the squirrels from throwing nuts at us, and he certainly deserves some treats for that. Next, I'll either be doing painting or metal roofing, depending on when my metal roofing shows up on the job site. And I'll put a link to that video over here in the corner, and another link to the playlist of this whole build from ground all the way up to roof and doors and everything in the other corner.